Good day, ladies and gentlemen. And today, we're taking a look at F.E.A.R 2 Project Origin. Now, making a sequel is never an easy prospect, because you kind of gotta have some idea of how you want to continue a franchise, and do you even have a place to continue to? F.E.A.R had a pretty open-ended kind of ending. Like, you could have done anything with the franchise. The very idea that, like, you have this paranormal bunch of, like, spec op troops, like, you could have, like, a new villain each entry. We didn't get that. So before F.E.A.R 2 came out, we got a couple expansion packs for F.E.A.R 1. I think it was F.E.A.R Extraction Point, kind of continued Pointy Man's story. And then F.E.A.R Perseus Mandate introduced a new guy. And then those two were decanonized, and F.E.A.R 2 Project Origin kind of picks up where F.E.A.R 1 left off. This is not as bad as some sequels. This isn't, you know, like Alien 3 or something, you know, like this isn't, you know, Highlander 2 The Quickening. It's just not really where anyone thought this game franchise was gonna go. A lot of franchises have problems with, like, figuring out where to go. Although F.E.A.R was kind of poised to have a lot of places to go, but they didn't do that. So yeah, this pissed off a lot of people because, for one, it didn't really do anything new with the franchise. Alma becomes a complete staple for the entire franchise at this point, which she didn't really need to be. She wasn't that compelling of a character. And also, you don't play as Point Man in this game. You play as a new guy whose name I don't remember. This game, while not bad in any meaningful way, was just kind of generic. Now, generic for 2009 is not the same as generic of today. Also, XXX Medic is running a little late. That's just the nature of life, I suppose. But, like, generic for 2009 is like God tier compared to today. I mean, like, this is not the worst game. It has a lot of COD reproductive matter, let's say, in it, but it's not that bad. It was just a one-night stand versus, you know, something terrible. So, yeah. This isn't the worst thing I've ever played, but this wasn't going to become a masterpiece like the first game. And hello, Neji, hello, Cyrus, and hello, Riley. Yeah, this guy's name is Beckett. Really, the only thing that anyone really remembers about this game is the last 10 seconds of the game where Alma gets creative with Mr. Beckett. By which I mean, she engages in certain in-out things with him. That's the only thing anybody remembers. Which is kind of sad, because the rest of the game is not that bad. It'd be nice if he was remembered for more than that. I'm not really sure why Alma is, like, into him. It's hard to say. Also, these graphics are not bad. I mean, you consider 2009, we're coming on 20 years. 20 years. And, like, they look pretty good. So, what you got in this game is a lot of lore reconfiguration. Now, the lore for F.E.A.R has never been that great. It's always been very much horror-based, which means they didn't really care that much about the lore. And so, yeah, I mean, this isn't terrible, but that's really the sad part about it, is not terrible is not going to get you remembered 20 years later. Unless, of course, you have, like, a ghost girl, you know, screwing a guy.
She's a suit. What's she gonna do? Send a nasty text message?
Text messages? I know those things. Believe it or not, in 2009, I didn't care about texting, because I said I would never do it. Like those stupid teenagers. Oh, wait. I didn't play this game till a few years after it came out, just because it didn't really impress that much. Those facial animations are remarkably good, and look at the size of his shoulder pads. It could be hard getting through doors that way. Oh yeah, the F.E.A.R 2 review, I remember that. Yeah, the old CGR undertow. Now, F.E.A.R 3 is often maligned even more than this game, but I liked F.E.A.R 3. The co-op was pretty good. Poor Beckett. Poor Beckett. He never gets it. He never gets a happy ending, in more ways than one. He dies in F.E.A.R 3, unfortunately. Beckett is completely eradicated in F.E.A.R 3. Basically what ends up happening is, let's see, how do you aim with this? Okay, aim with shift, which is kind of weird. Boomers coffee! We gotta ban it! Twitter's not gonna like that. Yeah, like, Twitter really hates the boomers these days, but anyway. Beckett dies in F.E.A.R 3. His brain gets exploded, which is kind of sad. Yeah, F.E.A.R as an organization is pretty much gone. You play as just a generic military guy in this. In F.E.A.R 3, you play as the Point Man or Paxton Fettel, his evil brother. The ghost of Paxton Fettel. It's like, you're not affiliated with anything. It's like... Oh, PDA. You know, this is old when you got a PDA. The Personal Data Assistant. It's kind of fascinating just how the smartphone has completely replaced every aspect of microelectronics. If you could play video games easily with touchscreens, I don't know that these little, like, Ambernick devices would be as popular as they are today. That bloody phone. Nobody predicted that, really. No one had any idea how much that would change society.
Our intel shows this is a private elevator to Aristide's penthouse.
It's kind of funny to read books that are written like 20, 30 years after the fact. Now, what's cool is you can still get, like, intel items. Like, this is still a real game. You know, it's still not mush or cod slop or anything like that. Oh, got blasted. That guy did not deserve that. You guys, how he's getting paid minimum wage. Come on, people.
Dude, making fun of a man for his knowledge is a sign of insecurity.
We need to find our
And also the writing could have been a little better. It's not exactly Gen Z, but sometimes it gets a little silly here and there.
The stairs? What the fuck, Tom?
Oh yeah, the Wonder Woman game. I don't know that Wonder Woman could really make for a particularly good game, but then again, you never know. Blast him! Yep, he got wounded. You can't just give him a med kit and be done with it. Now, we're still fighting clone troopers. We're also fighting, like, corporate troopers and stuff like that. This is a very strange gun. This is kind of like a P90, but not really. It's a space P90. This gun didn't show up in the first game. Basically, F.E.A.R 2 is almost like a... It's more than a sequel. It's sort of a reboot quill, more or less. If F.E.A.R gets delisted, I don't know if that'll matter much. Getting the F.E.A.R games to run, not easy. F.E.A.R 1 requires like a patch to get it to run that you gotta find on PC Gaming Wiki. The Steam version of this game doesn't work at all. I'm actually playing the GOG version right now. And I've not gotten F.E.A.R 3 to work in years, so I don't know if it really matters at this point. There really needs to be like some more GOG preservation for these games. Shoot the clone troopers! Die, D. Bradley Baker! Clone troopers are the only good thing from Clone Wars. The shooting is still fun though. Like, this game is still perfectly fun. It's just... it just wasn't as good, and so people kind of hated on it. We didn't know how good we had it, really. It's one of those things. I don't know if any private company could really get away with killing American soldiers, but then again, with all the weird-ass crap that goes on in the real world, it's hard to say. They could get away with it. They just related all as suicides. Oh, it's a new patch. Okay. Triple X Medic, I don't think we need to know what you're doing in your private life. Oh, wait, you mean you're going to arrive here. Gotcha. I thought you were, watching some, Sydney Sweeney. Never mind. Sydney Sweeney aside. You would think a game from 2005 would work on a brand new laptop, but sometimes they don't. It's kind of weird that way. They're just not maybe set up for, internal graphics. All internal oh, never mind. Does that guy have a FAA flight plan? I'm just saying. Does he? Does he? Talking about weird-ass crap going on in the real world. There's a Reno running for office. I think he might have already won office in Texas, that his mistress was found mysteriously burned alive. Evidently, she unalived herself by dousing herself with gasoline and setting herself on fire. I believe it. I believe it. Oh, yes. Strange times we live in. Strange times. But yeah, I've been reading a distant sequel to a book series from the early 2000s by John Birmingham. It's the Axis of Time series. There's a review of it up on the channel already, or of the original series, I guess you could say. The original books came out from 2004 to 2009, and this distant sequel series has come out in 2023, and then this year. So it's not bad, but it's kind of funny how much he had to retcon, because in 2004, no iPads, no iPhones. They had kind of like magical technology, because what Axis in Time is about is a multinational fleet from 2021 is flung back in time via a wormhole to 1942, and all kind of shenanigans ensue. And so, like, the near future tech was, of course, all better than what we have today. And evidently, Hitler became president instead of a certain other individual, and had an aircraft carrier named after her. Oh dear. And that aircraft carrier had, like, navalized versions of F-22 Raptors. That didn't happen. And it had all kinds of space tech, like lasers, Metal Storm. I don't know how many of y'all even remember what Metal Storm was. It was like this electronically fired gun that was gonna shoot 1,000,000 rounds a minute, man. As you might imagine, no one cares about it and hasn't cared for like 20 years. It never was gonna work, and no one bought it. Since it was the future. Hey, we got Triple X Medic. Have you finished coming? I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You could get in trouble for that one.
I didn't want to interrupt your Hitler speech.
Oh. Well, anyway, in this space future of 2021, they got like lasers and Metal Storm. They got like caseless ammunition. But you also got to remember, this is a book series from 2004, so they don't have iPhones or iPads yet. So they got flexi pads and flexi phones, which are basically like magic almost. They do way more than a real phone does. The internet, of course, existed back then, but Wikipedia was actually trusted, whereas today it's kind of a joke. It's just kind of funny to read about that, you know. And also, you know, we don't have wormholes in 2021 either, so. Well, now in these later sequels that came out in 2023 and 2025, they mention like iPhones and iPads, Game of Thrones, all the stuff that became popular in the real 2021. It's just kind of funny.
So, not for nothing, but in Black Ops 2, there's an aircraft carrier named the Obama.
Yeah. I do wonder when he's going to get his own aircraft carrier. It'll happen.
It was stationed and commissioned in Hawaii, I swear.
Okay, that makes sense.
If you get the joke, you get the joke.
Oh my god. So wait, it secretly works for Russia? I mean, never mind. You can't say that. We'll get in trouble.
It was also painted with stealth black paint.
You know, I could believe that, though. That seems like that could be real.
Digital black ship.
But anyway, let's
what have
see.
you done to that P90?
Wait, say again?
What have you done to that P90?
I don't know. Hey, this is 2009, okay? All kinds of weird things were going on. But it's happening again now because people are afraid of getting sued by gun companies. So they're already, like, mutilating, like, MP5s.
So what you have there is an NF P89.
Exactly. Oh, okay,
no.
Violin Man.
He's going for the soda.
Genevieve Aristide. Now, unless you're like a big F.E.A.R like fanatic, you won't know who that is. It's like F.E.A.R wasn't really all about the lore. She's just a character in it. I barely remember who that is, and I'm a... Oh, hey, Alma. What's going on? You know, I don't really appreciate that, Alma. You know, like, I'm gonna Me Too you. You're gonna get canceled. You're gonna get kicked off of Twitter. Space Twitter.
So why did you fall into that big vat of, like, Coca soda?
Because plot.
Is that like a thing?
Basically, we're playing as a guy named Beckett. There's an evil girl named, Alma, who's like a teenager, but appears as like a child. She wants to engage in certain activities of the horizontal variety with Beckett here.
I know about the end.
And so basically she's just kind of like fucking with him in a non, in-out kind of way.
He has a weird way of flirting.
I know, it's almost like she's from TikTok. But I say almost because at least she has more social skills than they do.
I'm going to divulge some info that I know nothing about this game. Never played it. I just know about the end and that there's a really good, like, school section where the lockers start messing with you.
Yeah. It's sad that that's all anybody remembers because the combat's pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people said that the gun combat was fine, but they all say that the first one was better.
Yeah, it is. It's a hard act to follow.
You're telling me to seal my daughter away.
Now, was this on the 360?
Yes, and PS3.
Happy 20th anniversary 360.
Oh my god, 2005 was 20 years ago.
Old yet?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of crazy to think. I was 16 years old in the old high schools. I would say that like that 2006 was a better year than 2005 for me personally, but 2005 had a shitload of games. I remember when X-Play was a thing. I was like, oh man, there's too many games coming out. I don't know what to play.
Did you ever look at X-Play with a critical lens?
I was a teenager, so I didn't really, it's like, I didn't care because it was like people who weren't like, well, kids or teenagers talking about video games on TV. I'm sure it was terrible though. I'm sure it was.
I'm interested in terms of gameplay.
Oh, I don't think I really paid as close attention as I probably should have, so no, I did not.
I was watching it, like you said, and Morgan Webb was like making some dumb speech saying, okay, I'm going back to Batman. And when you're watching her play it, she's literally just running in circles and jumping down the same hallway. Like, she's not a gamer. And that's when the cracks in the facade started to show up.
Well, it might have been just whoever recorded the gameplay. She might have actually been a gamer for all we know. And I'll stream the DLC at some point in the future.
Now, Olivia Munn, that's a whole nother story.
When she became a thing, I didn't have access to that channel. Because like Tech TV went off the air, then became G4, and G4 was on a different cable package that I did not have access to. So,
but you got to see the goodness that is her later in life, I do hope.
No, you gotta realize I don't find that kind of stuff that entertaining. It's just like, it's usually just a bimboing about, you know, so it's like, meh.
She's not a bimbo. She's an educated woman playing a bimbo.
I'll take your word for it. I never was a fan of bimbos. Like, the smarter a girl is, the more attracted to her I am, so.
I can't believe I'm hearing you say this, General.
Hey, it's what it is. Oh my god, look, Alma, please put on some pants. I do not feel comfortable with this. Look, no means no. Informed consent. A big boss thing? I don't think so. Usually people like that end up getting executed. Okay, this is where we catch up with the end of F.E.A.R 1, where the city gets nuked from a self-destruct system. I can't imagine what kind of shitstorm that would be. You just nuke your own city, and it's not even a military nuke. Like, where did they get that? I guess Russia, but
You know, I actually think the closest we've ever had to a legit big boss was Oliver North.
Ollie North.
I mean, the man goes down to South America, buys cocaine, sells cocaine to raise money to buy guns for the Sandinistas, to fight the Contras, and that's just awesome.
Eventually, I think became like president of the NRA. So
He's still around.
yeah, he's ancient though. Okay,
Actually,
so this. Wait, go on.
Actually, real quick, going back to Black Ops 2, he has an appearance in it as himself.
Wow. See, there's a lot
Good
of
old
weird
Ollie
freak
North.
out. A second.
Oh, I was just ending it by saying good old Ollie North.
Yep. Okay, so what we got here is basically a fairly nonsensical scene of like, so there's a nuke, and then for some reason, the Armacham Corporation kidnaps American soldiers and experiments on them for some reason. This is a weird freakout sequence that exists only to give you the time slow-mo thing. It's
Hello,
like,
Najee. I do see you in chat. I am well. Thank you.
so yeah, this looks cool, but it's utterly nonsensical. It makes no sense that this would even be happening. It's just an excuse to give you the, you know, super speed. And you would also think it would take more than like an hour for them to give you like super reflexes. Oh yeah, your HUD are some sunglasses you wear too. Which is kind of goofy. This game is kind of goofy compared to the first game. I don't know why they introduced a whole new character. They really should have just had Point Man show back up. But they didn't.
You know, something about the mid-2000s, they loved their augmented reality glasses for some reason.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
have to-
if you think about it, kind of like Google Glass before it was a thing.
Google Glass never became a thing just because people don't want to wear shit on their heads. You know, it's just like, it's more complex than people want to spend time with, you know. I've seen somebody use Google Glass once in my entire life. It was in 2013. There was one guy who looked like the nerdiest guy who ever lived, you know, a bit overweight, you know, in like his nerd guy garb. You cannot use a controller on the PC version, which I was kind of surprised at. You think you could, but you can't, because you basically have to get like a third-party program to map it. But yeah, there was a super nerdy guy with the, you know, like the nerd guy beard. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, of course.
And he had the Google Glass, and it was like, oh, it's so cool. And that's the only time I ever saw anybody use it. And I never saw it again. I've never seen anyone use it again, and it probably is for a good reason. It's just, when you go out, you're not going to pay that much attention. Deaths estimated in the tens of thousands. Okay, so like, let's say for sake of argument, a corporation blows up a city with their self-destruct device. How much trouble do you think that corporate board is going to be in?
Well, aside from being brought up on war crimes, that's a good question. Hey, wait a minute. What do those soda machines say?
Hey, where were they? I think they were back here somewhere. I forgot to even look. All right, we got squeeze juice. Oh my. And we've got Professor Doctor.
No.
And Mr. Water.
Squeezy juice I can deal with, but Professor Doctor?
It's like, I guess that must be like Dr. Pepper, but then there's just Mr. Water. It's like, I want some Mr. Water. Yeah, we don't get any Coca soda.
Can I make an executive decision for our channels?
Sure.
Anytime we play a game and we have vending machines, we must look at them.
All right. I never even thought
Thank
about
you.
that, but that actually is kind of funny. It's like, well, what kind of fake soda do they have in this universe? Professor Doctor.
Yeah, I like You know, God damn it! I'm gonna start calling things Professor Doctor now.
See, like that's the German Dr. Pepper. They got cheese in it now.
Ew.
Evidently, Fanta in World War II was made out of some kind of like sugarized cheese or something.
Did you know in Germany, Sierra Mist is actually called something different because it translates to a curse word?
You Sierra Mist.
Yeah, it literally translates to Sierra Piss.
But I like Sierra Mist. It's just knockoff 7-Up. Oh my god, somebody was on that period this month. I mean, and it is a woman. I'm not even making that up. Like, literally, it is a female. It's like, damn.
No Coca soda in this one.
Oh yeah, I will say this though, from my grocery store days. From my grocery store days, the female bathrooms are no worse than the male bathrooms. There's a little bit more like toilet paper on the ground, but nothing too especially gross though. Ironically, at least where I live, wait a second.
So, all right, my sister used to work for a corporate office downtown for Bank of America, and the female bathrooms were the worst thing you ever saw in your life.
I'm sure you have a lot of questions.
They used to bring like soaps for every season for the men and the women, right?
Yeah.
The men's room, the soaps would be there all year round. The women's bathroom, oh, they would steal that shit the moment it came out.
Huh.
I don't know what it is about women, but when they're in the bathroom, they're entitled to steal everything, and it's a mess.
I don't know. Maybe that's just like a non-Texas thing, because like people remember the Kroger bathroom was never that bad, and they didn't steal anything. But then again, this is a different kind of culture, because you know, guns and such.
I do apologize that we kind of got slightly off track a bit, but I had a question when we were talking about the Google Glass.
Yeah.
All right. If you had the headset from Time Cop, would you utilize it?
You see, the funny thing would be to say, like, yeah, the reality is, if you're just, like, going to, like, get, like, you know, some Coca soda, if you're going to get some Coca soda from the store, you could have put that shit on your head. You know? Are you? It's like, be honest. Would you waste the time?
Well, wait a minute. Are we talking about Google Glass or are we talking about Time Cop?
Either or, because that's still a thing you have to think to take. That's still a thing you got to pay attention to.
Well, I don't think that the one in Time Cop had actual transparent backs for you to look through, because he clearly didn't see Jean-Claude walk up on him. But no, I wouldn't use Google Glass if I first of all, I was never going to use Google Glass, but yeah, I mean, if I'm just popping down to the store, no. I don't even put on pants when I just run down to the store.
I get that one. But yeah, it's just like, no matter how convenient it is, it's still less convenient than just grabbing your keys, wallet, you know, concealed carry, what have you, and just going, you know. It's like, and you're not going to use it, like, what are you going to do, like augmented reality the prices or something? It's like, uh-oh, yeah. Coca soda at the store across town's 10 cents cheaper.
I'm going to waste $1.50 in gas to get it 10 cents cheaper.
So like, it's just one of those things where it's a cool concept, but one that just no one's gonna use. It's just it's gonna sit, you know, and gather dust. It's kind of, to me, it's like VR. You know, it's cool when you first get it. It's like, oh my god, it's like the future. And then you use it once or twice, and then it just gathers dust the rest of the time. Okay, this pistol is goofy as fuck. I'll tell you why. That piece of pick rail on there is literally like the cheapest competition, you know, red dot mount you can get. I have one of those, and it was cool for about 5 minutes, And it's like, wow, this is just extra weight on my gun that I don't need.
But why would they mount it towards the barrel?
That's really the only place you can. Actually, that's weird, you know? Funny you mentioned that, because there's no way they would mount that there. Because there is no pick rail on a gun from 2010. Or 2009, rather. When I bought one of those for my modern pistol, there is a piece of pick rail underneath on the bottom part of the pistol. And so that's a ready mounting point. That's why you do it now. But then, I don't know why you do this. And for what purpose? That pick rail does nothing.
No.
There's no dot.
The vending machines.
Oh, we lost them. We will always remember their service, providing us with sugary drinks.
God damn it. I got a little overexcited. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sure my neighbors are now looking at you who just yelled no, Rolot. Cyrus brings up a good question. What's the optimization of this game compared to the first one?
I don't know. It probably is a little better optimized just because it's a lot newer. Industrial Construction Monthly Digest. Still building. Kevin Dedrick.
I see they're still using that nice, cool blue HUD that games from this era love to use.
Yep. They ain't getting rid of that yet.
Of all the colors they choose to use, I don't mind the blues.
I mean, it's pretty cool. You can also tell this is an old game because payphones. There's a bank of payphones right there. I remember those when I was a kid.
You know, it's funny you mention that because I know where there's a working one still in Pittsburgh.
The whole one for the whole city.
Well, for that area, yeah, pretty much. But it still works and it still costs a quarter.
Not bad. I mean, it's like, those can be useful though. It's kind of sad they took them all down, but like, if your cell phone dies, what are you supposed to do?
So this is probably going to be just before your time, but back in the day when we were kids and we would go places, like our parents would say, okay, call us when you're ready. And you know, we didn't have cell phones then. So you used to just call, collect, and they would ring at their house and your mom would answer the phone and it would say, you have a collect call from, hey mom, it's us, we're ready, come get us. Will you accept the charges? And then you just hang up and go get your kid.
Not bad.
Cyrus, do I have an opinion on the Steelers? Well, yes, they are my home team. I love me some Steelers. I was really skeptical about them signing A-Rod this year, but for Christ's sake, it's like you have to justify being a Steeler fan anymore with the shit they do. They beat the number 1 seeded team and then they lose to the worst seeded team. How? How?
I mean, that sounds about right. At least the...
Swear to God, your Texans with those crimson blood red uniforms the other day was the coolest thing I ever saw in football.
I know, it's like, man, they're finally getting good.
Yeah, and they absolutely smacked the 2nd seeded team Chargers at home. Bravo.
Oh, that's beautiful. Take that, California. Your
That's
communism
right.
won't save you now. Wait a second.
And give the middle finger to Dallas while you're at it.
Yes.
No offense to Hank.
Dallas. You know, I actually went to Dallas a few years ago. It wasn't that bad, to be honest. Went there to go to medieval times and enjoy the, you know, jousting and such. And the rotisserie chicken.
Yes, Cyrus, there are still steel mills. There's one actually right down the street from me, and about a couple months ago, there was an explosion at one. I posted some photos of it on the Discord. I think I posted photos of it on Discord.
I don't remember. You might have. There's just been a bunch of crap going on, so... Oh, bullshit! I was shooting him! They made... They made him invincible, so I couldn't kill him. I hate it when games do that. Now my question is this. This is obviously a typical staple of 2000 and 2009. We're fighting, you know, a generic PMC. Now I don't doubt that they operate like this, you know, in foreign countries. But I'd have to ask though, could this many hostile troops operate on American soil? Maybe in 09, but I don't know. This is one of those things that could kick off a boog.
Boogie 2988.
Maybe. No, but like if literally, you know, you have like foreign mercenaries just shooting people in plain view of the public, you know, because they're gonna have, somebody's gonna have to account for the death of all these hospital workers. You know, like they're not, the bodies aren't gonna just disappear. And so it's like, how do you justify that? See, the reason why, you know, whenever you look at like the Twitter, you know, all the bad shit that's happening consistently, right? It's like, it happens in dribs and drabs, but like imagine just like 1,000 people get shot by mercenaries. You can't really hide that in any meaningful way. And so
No.
if you don't do something, you get a boogaloo.
At first it will say, no, thousands of people didn't get shot by mercenaries. Then it was, okay, here's what you need to know about 1,000 people getting shot. Ending with, 1,000 people got shot, and here's why that's a good thing.
And see, I could see that happening, but at the same time, that goes too far beyond what is actually going to be acceptable. People will accept a few small things here and there, but that's like, that goes beyond what people would actually allow for.
But I mean, let's be realistic. If that did happen, Snopes would say, nope, mostly false. And they'll say, what's true? Yes, 1,000 people got shot, but some of them were stabbed.
See, the thing about it is, like, I don't know if the feds would do anything about it, but like, if your cousin got shot in plain view of the public, you might be willing to do something about it. It's really just a numbers game more than anything else. Most people today don't want to do anything because they don't want to go to jail, which makes sense. But like, somebody's not going to care enough, and it's going to find that mercenary, and well, you can guess what's going to happen next.
If my cousin got shot, I'd shoot her again and just be like, haha.
Man, you probably don't want to do that, but...
No, that's a joke. I'm joking, corporate overlords. I would not shoot my cousin.
A nasty
I'd let
email.
somebody else shoot my cousin.
But like, okay, obviously it's a video game, but imagine you're that guy's brother. You might not want to do anything, but somebody's brother might. That's the thing. And it's like, where's these mercenaries? These mercenaries might not be living in America, but obviously they are, because they all speak English and with American accents, but you get the idea. If they don't live in America, then you've got foreign mercenaries operating on American soil. Oh dear. And something's gonna happen with that. It's kind of hard to, you know, hide that.
I have it on good authority that they live in Portland.
I can see that. Well, yeah, there is Dearborn, Michigan. But the worst they got is, you know, people talking about it. But like, imagine they I do think we'll see something happen if, like, say, there's a mass unaliving or something. But, you know, it's like, this is where, like, this is a video game, obviously. But you think about it in any sort of realistic sort of situation, it's like, it'd be very hard to get away with any of this kind of stuff. It's like, and you could track down the money where these guys are getting paid. Obviously, it'd be offshore, but at the same time, I like to look at that.
There's always a paper trail.
Yeah, and it'd be very hard to get away with something on this scale. Even with Snopes.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've seen.
I mean, you could, and I'm not saying this so people get the idea, but you could theoretically use Bitcoin to make it a little bit harder, but there's still going to be a transaction with that as well.
Yeah, and it didn't exist. Bitcoin didn't even exist at this point in time.
No.
So they'd be paying them in cash, I guess, but
Yeah, but you would notice a massive withdrawal.
yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people just have millions of dollars just sitting around, you know, in a shed somewhere.
Yeah. I love how we're stuck in this little thing here. Convenient.
Oh no, it's the Half-Life 2 portal thing.
Yeah. Except right now we're getting like superpowers. Not that that's gonna help you against Alma's thirstiness.
Yeah.
Cause see, there's Alma. She's got like the magical powers. Now my question is this: why is Alma so powerful in this universe, and no one else is? She's like the Homelander of this universe, I guess.
Why does she have to have a stupid name?
I don't know.
I'm not moaning Alma after coitus at the end of this game, if you catch my drift.
Yeah. I think they came up with Alma as just sort of something that they just came up with it, you know. Oh, here's the evil guy.
Be part of Project Harbinger. Only way to explain why Aristide would have brought you here.
Now, the question is, who's paying this guy? This is obviously based on BlackRock, but BlackRock was operating on foreign soil, and I still don't think they were doing anything quite like this. They weren't quite the spooky boys like these guys are. And BlackRock, I think, still exists today.
It does.
I think.
It does.
Yeah, PMCs became the go-to villain for video games for a while, because they couldn't have like the Russians because they weren't doing anything for a while. Then they couldn't have China because they own the United. I mean, never mind. They kind of had
the ultra-nationalists.
Oh yeah, the ultra-nationalists. Then I think they had North Korea for a while. Then I don't know where they are now in terms of like villains.
They went to Central America for a while.
Oh, that probably got them in trouble. Oh yeah, Blackwater. It wasn't BlackRock. Oops, whatever. Same thing.
I was wondering why you were saying BlackRock, like the Fortune 500 company.
I mean, both are like mercenary organizations, so it's easy to get them confused.
Okay, BlackRock is still around. Blackwater is not.
Okay.
It's still around, but it's under a new name. Can't think of the name of it off the top of my head.
Blackwater, BlackRock, same thing.
When you're out and about, do you ever see security trucks that say G4S on the side of them?
No.
G4S does a lot of like security for buildings, and they do document disposal. They are the #2 PMC in the world.
Huh. I'll have to pay
So
attention.
when you see a guard working in a building and his patch says G4S, the same company that's paying him is the same one that's sending PMCs across the globe.
When I was an edgy boy at one point in my life, I was like, I should be a mercenary. Get paid to go fight. It's like, how about no? Needless to say, I never did that though. I was kind of
on what you mean, please.
Wait a second.
Silverwing said something in chat, and I'm trying to have him elaborate.
Fate merged with Triple Canopy. Is that maybe that's like the new name of Blackwater? Or maybe those are PMC organizations?
Because I know I'm triple, but I don't have a canopy, and I didn't merge with anyone.
Oh, that must be what Blackwater. There we go. I keep calling it BlackRock. Black Manta. That's a villain nobody cared about. Gotta wonder how much money these guys get paid to be, you know, shit-heel mercenaries.
Oh, don't act like you wouldn't be a mercenary if you weren't paid for it.
I mean, when I was an edgy boy, I thought that was a good idea. I got inspired by Mercenaries Playground of Destruction, but, well, I was like 16 at the time, so. No, 15.
Oh, no. Oh, no, you didn't.
I gotta stream Mercenaries Playground of Destruction. That's a pretty good game.
God, that song was catchy, though.
What song?
The song from Mercenaries, where it's like, sucker tried to play me, then you bust a cap in my ass.
Oh, it's Mercenaries
no,
2. That's Mercenaries 2. Actually, that's Mercenaries 2, not Mercenaries 1. Get it right.
No, I refuse to be actually by you.
Actually. But no, that was Mercenaries 2 you're thinking of. Mercenaries 1 didn't have that.
Okay, but that was still a cool song, though.
I don't remember it. It's been a long time since I played either one.
Well, then you have a homework assignment after the stream.
So we've got our guy with an internet connection, Snake Fist, which of course is, you know, a reference to Solidus Snake.
Snakes don't have hands, let alone fists.
Could be the Crimson Fist. The 3%ers, to me, they're just like, you know, edgy teenagers, even though they're in their 50s. I mean, I get that they're like, the idea of the 3%er is where like they're, like the 3% of patriots who fought against the British, but usually these guys have, very big Dunlop disease. Very tragic,
no.
very tragic.
There's no cure for Dunlop disease either.
Would you believe I thought Dunlop disease was a real thing? Because, like, okay, with so many weird names like Asperger's, that's a guy's name, okay? I thought that was, at first I thought Asperger's was just something they made up, but like that was actually a guy's name. So like when you hear Dunlop, it's like his name is Raymond Dunlop, and he's the one who discovered, you know, like obesity or something, you know? It sounds plausible, doesn't it?
Tell me you heard of Dicky Doo disease.
Thankfully not. It's not that bad, but because
It's
yeah,
the same
obviously
thing as Dunlop disease.
I know, but that does. But Dunlop still sounds like a guy's name, though. I swear it does. Raymond
Tell
Dunlop.
me though, like, if you weren't like an edgy chef, you wouldn't make like a restaurant and have like an Asperger on your menu. Tell me you wouldn't.
That would be so wrong, but kind of hilarious.
Silver Wings gets it.
We got our napalm cannon. We got our edgy launcher.
The noob tube.
Ah, yeah, the old Kabadoobie.
The pro pipe.
I never used that when I played that game, though. And I played a lot of Call of Duty 2. Not Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, there we go. It's like, can you imagine that game's gonna be 20 years old soon?
Still love that game.
Modern Warfare 2 wasn't bad. I guess I could stream that one day as well.
The campaign was great and the multiplayer was amazing.
I played that probably more than anything else, multiplayer.
I used to love when like you could play like hardcore search and destroy and you'd launch a noob tube at the start and you'd catch a triple kill across the map immediately.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I never was that good.
Then there was the asshole that ran one-man army in every class, noob tube and then M79. So he effectively had like 16 like grenades he could lob.
My latency was really bad, so I'd used the Bizon. I would just kind of run after people and blast them with the Bizon.
I don't believe the Bizon was in Black Ops 2.
Oh, I was thinking about Modern Warfare 2.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't think the Bizon was in it.
Okay, well, it was in one of those Call of Duty games, and I remember using that. I honestly don't remember which one it was then.
Ammo drum.
You can
Black Ops
buy
2 for me was all about the
the 45 ACP UMP.
Yep. It was the M4 or the SCAR all day, every day. Anyone that used the AK was a terrorist, in my opinion.
Bip. Oh, you bastard.
The Vector was also pretty good, too.
Yeah, I remember that. I just remember the Bizon. I don't remember what game it must have been Modern Warfare 3, maybe? I don't remember, but...
I know the Bizon's in Siphon Filter.
That is an older gun than I remember.
I believe that was a Russian weapon, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. The
and
glorious...
That beautiful, like, helical, rounded mag tube, which held like 50-some rounds.
Yeah, you can get those today.
Stop shooting the delicious... Look at those vending machines all ruined now.
I'm saving them from diabetes. I'm performing a good deed for the mass. Let's see. A Natsock biker. Damn. Yeah, you don't see that around here just because, you know, Texas.
Do you remember the names of the first ones we saw?
Yeah, one was like Hair Doctor Professor and Squeezy Juice.
That's it, Squeezy Juice.
I guess that's like Fruitopia. You have to be really old to know what a Fruitopia even is. Or watch.
Dude, I had Fruitopia caps.
I think they had like a little promotion for a while where like you could win like a Super Nintendo or something. I vaguely remember that.
You remember Mundo?
I was gonna say no, but I kind of remember that. Kinda.
They were like generic, like the generic like Kool-Aid like squeeze bottles.
I'm either thinking of that or something else, because what did Fruitopia taste like? Honestly, didn't it taste like kind of like a fruity soda almost?
Fruitopia was like, yeah, it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't healthy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like it was like, I can't think of the name of the brand. It's like Evershine or Evershore. Sometimes they're called Mystic. It was like just like a fruity flavored sugary beverage. They're pretty good though.
I haven't had it in years. Oh yeah, when you keep saying like convenience store iced tea, you mean like a Snapple, assuming Snapple still exists.
Snapple still exists, and yes, when I say convenience store iced tea, I'm referring to iced tea that you buy out of the cooler of a gas station.
Okay.
Marburger, Turner's, stuff like that. That's how you get kidney stones.
Okay. It's a good thing I don't drink that Snapple anymore.
Well, to be honest with you, you can have a urine test done to determine that if your urine acidity would even allow them to grow and propagate.
No. I must be like James Bond then, because I used to drink it back in the day. Do you remember that? In Never Say Never, he like throws his urine in like a goon's face and it like melts his face off. It's like, holy shit. You don't fuck with Sean Connery.
No, I don't remember that scene, to be honest with you. It's been forever since I saw it.
I love that movie. People hate it, but I think it's great. It's like this.
Yeah, so I hate when people go from glass to plastic.
Yeah, glass tastes better. Plastic does not.
Glass, Infinitely better.
I mean, I get why they do it because it's cheaper, but like, I like glass. I mean, soda bottles used to be made out of glass. I don't just mean like, you know, Coca-Cola, you know, like 10-ounce bottles or whatever. I'm talking like the 2 liters used to be made out of glass.
The only beverage I know that's still a glass bottle is Yoo-Hoo chocolatey drink.
You know, I've never had that in my entire life.
You never had Yoo-Hoo?
Yeah, I just never drank it. I never was a chocolate guy. Oh my, I'm gonna get canceled for that. Damn you, Advil Americans!
Really, really good.
I've heard they're good. I've heard it's popular. We got a lot of Tylenols here. You know, like...
Oh, shit. Yeah, damn it, Cyrus, you're right. I forgot about Calypso. Yeah, Calypso does come in glass bottles, too.
Yeah, I never heard of that. We must not have that here.
It's, they have, like, blue raspberry. It's like lemonade. Strawberry lemonade, you know, it's pretty good. And it is in a glass bottle.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try me a Yoo-Hoo. I just never really saw the appeal, and I think they might have been a bit more pricey than like your regular, you know, like soft drink. So it's like, I ain't gonna pay that.
The beauty thing about Yoo-Hoo is, one, it does not contain dairy. It contains whey from dairy. So you can actually, you don't have to refrigerate them when you buy them. But there's something about the way it tastes to me is honestly, it's really hard to explain. It's like if you ever had like an MRE and you had like the chocolate like drink mix, it reminds me of that.
Okay. No way. No, legitimately it has whey in it.
Yes, whey.
Yeah, poor Janowski. Why would you ever design a machine to work that way? They must have like been high off their ass. But anyway. Nesquik
Cyrus,
or
I
Yoo-Hoo?
find that question to be a bit unfair. Only because Nesquik is mixed with milk while Yoo-Hoo only uses the whey. So I will say that Nesquik versus Hershey's, I'd go Hershey's. But Nesquik is good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not going to turn my nose up to any chocolate milk powder.
But this is the way. You just hold up Yoo-Hoo.
Are we really going to do whey puns now? Is that what we've come to?
Yes, way.
Okay, that was good.
But yeah.
All right, which way are we going?
I don't know.
Get it? Which way?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay. So, Triple X, can you like burn somebody alive with an X-ray machine?
No. You cannot burn someone alive with an X-ray machine.
So wait, the video game lied?
Yes.
How could it?
Away from her, she's mine.
I don't even want to date her. She's ugly. And she is on TikTok all the time. I think he's gonna explode or something. No, he's not.
Oh, Christ, now the chat's getting into it.
And have it out of the way. Oh, but Alma, man. Like, Alma, she's one of those jealous chicks. Look, one of my fans created an AI song that says, "Don't stick your something into crazy." And Alma is the poster girl for that very thing. Just don't do it. Because if you do, she'll probably cut it off afterwards to keep it as a memento.
I've heard you drop F-bombs, but why did you self-censor that?
Because it's like overly sexual, so I just wanted to like not.
Don't stick your rooster in crazy.
It was actually kind of, it sounded kind of like that actually. It was a 50s swing kind of thing.
God damn it, AI, why do you have to be so good?
You got these mercenaries, like, their IQ is like 50, you know? all they can do is like point a gun. And they don't even care. They end up like blowing up a nuke reactor right in front of them. Actually, I don't think they'd be able to operate a gun if they had an IQ of 50, but you get the idea. These guys don't exactly have the highest of IQs. Let's put it this way, they sat on the special bus.
So, dumb question, off topic, but you got me thinking about something.
No?
Have you ever seen on YouTube, like where in your recommended videos, it'll say something like, it'll be a video that'll say, can you beat Metal Gear Solid without taking any steps?
Yeah, I've seen that here and there. The Lord Algo does that.
Like, what if this character meets this character before doing X? And you as a computer game nerd person is like, nothing. Absolutely nothing's going to happen because you need to trigger something.
But it suckers in the normies.
Yeah, and I don't know who falls for that. Maybe kids.
That, and you got to realize there's a lot of stupos out there. Okay, they'll just click on it. It's like, how can you do that? And then it's like just this AI slop nonsense.
I wouldn't really call like people that say like, can you beat Metal Gear without taking steps slop, because they actually do make a video. But it's like, who gives a shit?
That is a good point.
I saw one last night that says, can you beat Resident Evil with the knife only? Bro, knife only speedruns have been a thing since the game came out.
That's probably, yeah, you're probably right. It is for kids, because a kid wouldn't know that, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
It is that low effort, low tier nonsense that gets the lowest common denominator to go like, what is this? So yeah, this game also introduced the Alma cultists for some reason. I'm not really sure why we needed that, and it's never explained. But it's a thing. Oh crap, come on, hit it. Max capacity 12,000 pounds. I don't know, you could fit 12,000 pounds in an elevator this small.
Oh my god, 12,000 pounds or one Lizzo.
Ugh. The 12,000 pounds would smell less.
To be honest with you, did you see her and all the weight she lost?
Yeah, I know. She been taking that Ozempic.
That's right. The shit that melts your eyeballs from the inside out.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You?
One of the unforeseen side effects is that some people's eyeballs rot.
Gross. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You can't. The only way to not be a chunky boy is, you know, maybe don't eat too many Colonel Sanders buckets, and exercise more than like once every never.
See, here's the thing. I'll say this. All these people that are overweight, they want this magic elixir that will make them lose weight without doing a goddamn thing. Ozempic comes around, it does just that. Fair. But the trade-off is your eyeballs explode.
I mean...
Now, you could just eat healthy and work out for a year, but they don't want to do that. They want that magic elixir.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you, how bad do you want to lose the weight? Do you want to do it the proper hard way and keep your vision, or do you want to cheat and possibly lose your eyesight?
I think we all know the answer to that. They don't want to make a lifestyle change where they eat only Hello Grilson, where you only eat Colonel Sanders like once a month. Or maybe you could even eat Colonel Sanders once a week. You could probably do that if for like one meal, you know, and it wouldn't bother you.
The problem though is when people like to eat KFC, then they like to get their Starbucks coffee.
Yeah.
Then they want, yeah, like I get it. It's hard to work out, and it's hard to change your lifestyle. But when you're 450 pounds and you're 30, and you have a BMI of like 62. Something's got to give.
Yeah. See, I was very fortunate in that it was actually my mother who was like, she noticed I was almost gonna be in the husky genes. It was like, okay, no more Big Macs, no more ice cream. You're gonna be going, and she started out with having us go on walks around the neighborhood. And then my grandfather got more time because he wasn't working quite as much, and then he started showing me how to do weights. Then him and I started going to the track, and well, the rest is history.
You know, you just triggered a memory that really hurts.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even...
When I was but a wee medic and my mom would take me clothes shopping, she would find the most attractive store clerk ever and ask her, "Excuse me, where is the husky section? I have a husky son."
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I was just fucking dead with embarrassment.
Yeah.
Husky, for those who don't know, is a polite way of saying fat fuck.
Yeah, when my mother started seeing me gain some weight, she was like, nope, cutting you off. You're gonna have to do some weights, you're gonna have to do all kinds of stuff.
To be fair, I was like 10 or 11 at the time.
No.
Because when I hit 13 and the old puberty thing did its thing, I gained 1.5 foot, and god damn if I didn't thankfully lose that child fat.
Well, that's good.
Hell yes. No more husky for me. But seriously though, for those who don't know, having your mother ask the sexiest store assistant where the husky section is like literally being called, like, I don't know, fat fuck right in front of like your childhood crush. It sucks.
I can only imagine.
Luckily, you did not have to suffer that fate.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom has always been pretty kick-ass my entire life.
Right. Too much doctor-patient.
So. And she never made me drink Dr. Professor soda either. We had premium Dr. Peppers.
I said Dr. Patient.
It's Herr Dr. Professor. Liposuction. Ugh. Oh yeah, they are making a new Stargate show with, I think, the original showrunner. I don't know if it's going to be any good or not. After Predator Badlands, I have a lot more hope for certain shows. Because Predator Badlands was so fucking good, maybe Stargate will actually be legitimately, you know, entertaining. I hope it is, because I'm a big-ass Stargate fan. Been watching it since it came out. In fact, one of my favorite chocolate bars is the Fifth Avenue bar, just because it was in the movie.
Fifth Avenue is pretty good.
Yeah, it is legitimately good. Like, it doesn't even have to go to space to be good. Yeah, me and Gramps used to eat those all the time. Wait a second.
Top chocolate bars, in my honest opinion. Fifth Avenue, 100 Grand, Butterfinger, and Zero bars.
Yeah, Zero bars, man. That is some good ass shit.
You're like the only other person I know that knows about Zero bars.
That was a staple in this house.
I only tried one as a kid because I thought the package looked cool as shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, white chocolate. Oh, sign me up.
Yeah, Silver Wings, more cushion for the pushing, huh?
Let me hear your top chocolate bars there, General.
Well, actually, it's very much the same. Zero is like the top tier, then like Fifth Avenue, and then I really like the cookies and cream Hershey bar. I like white chocolate.
Okay. Me too.
I'm gonna get canceled for that, but
God damn it! I was just gonna say we're gonna be labeled racist for that. Your top bars are all white, ain't they? Huh?
Oh, I'm gonna get myself even more into trouble when I say, believe it or not, I don't like dark chocolate. I think it just doesn't have that good of a flavor. Uh-oh.
Ooh, okay. I do actually like dark chocolate. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I never did, so. General Lotz does not like dark chocolate. That means he is biased against. So, yeah. And hello, Spartan Moose.
That you're for the advancement of white chocolate, huh?
I don't know about that. See, like, there's it's kind of a happy memory I have, though, of one of my exes who made, like, homemade white chocolate. She actually made it wrong once, and we had an ongoing joke about how it was like, well, I can't say that on here, but a certain type of pudding is what we'd call it, jokingly. I wonder what that could be.
You got me lost. I'm gonna need a little more information.
Okay, what would really thick and viscous white chocolate pudding look like? Think about it. Think about it.
So a thick and viscous. Oh God!
I can't say that on YouTube, but that's what we jokingly called it all the time.
So you're telling me that it looked like
Yes.
if you were in the Navy and you got on a submarine, and the people that served on the submarine are called men of the sea.
Exactly.
God damn it! How did I not see that?
But yeah, that's what we always call it. So whenever I think of white chocolate, I think of that. Uh-oh. His AI got broke. Dude, what are you doing there? I like how his glasses are bright blue. It's a good thing we're not fighting at night. Otherwise, he'd be
I wear my sunglasses at night. I'm glitched out. I'm glitched out.
But yeah,
You
whenever
know,
I think...
I wish I might want to have a word with him about his bad ladder practices.
I know, it's like, what is he doing? But like I said, this is a fun game. It is a legitimately enjoyable game. You know, you don't have the regenerative health. You got cool weapons. You know, it's like, but comparing it to the first game, it's one of those things where there was a quality drop off. It wasn't that bad, but it was enough that people were like, oh, it wasn't any good. And of course, the ending was so shocking that, of course, people are just gonna remember that.
Aside from ghost rape, what was it about this game that turned so many people off against it?
You don't have point man. The combat is much more simplistic than the first game. Like, the AI is not as good. It's just legitimately not as good. The story's kind of nonsensical, and that's all it took back in 2009. Like, there were so many good games coming out, you know. Let me put it this way, like, compare a game like this to Uncharted 2, you know. This is like late night cable TV garbage versus like an actual blockbuster that's really well made, you know.
I see. Well, because I'm seeing decent gunplay and combat.
Yeah.
That doesn't appear that bad, but yeah, I know a story can drag a game down. But it seems like a lot of people are more upset with mechanical changes.
Yeah, they were. You gotta remember, like, we had back then, like, really high standards for everything. You know?
Yeah.
And this didn't meet that standard. Even though it's still perfectly good, it's just people are like, oh, it's not any good.
To be honest, it's like how when people talk about, like, the Metal Gear games, everyone gushes over, like, MGS4. Whereas I fucking hated it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you got way more guns. Yeah, it's a globe-trotting adventure. But it's not that fun to me. In fact, you spend more time watching cutscenes than you do anything.
Yep.
So yeah, I can understand how people can be, you know, like, snobbish towards certain games, because I certainly was.
And the big thing is, you don't play as the original character. You play as some new guy that gets, you know, ghost assaulted at the end of the game, and so it's like, oh, that's lame. And they forget that the actual game is fun. That's the main thing. Like, the actual game here is legitimately fun.
Yes, Silver. To me, 3 will always be the best. 1 is obviously going to be good because it was the birth of the modern Metal Gear series. 2 is starting to shoot back up in popularity just because of how much Kojima got right about AI and censorship.
Oh, that
But
right.
4? Fuck 4.
That does make me think of something. Like, okay, did people really hate MGS2 back then because you don't play as Solid Snake?
To be honest, because I was actually there at the time, and every piece of promotional material showed Snake. They never showed Raiden, ever. And they pull the rug out from under you after like 40 minutes of gameplay. And a lot of people were like, what the fuck is this? Like, I remember so many people were so mad, like furious, that they weren't playing as Snake. And they were talking about how the ending was stupid and made no sense. And
Yeah.
like, it wasn't until way later when people suddenly realized, oh my God, this game is genius.
So that's kind of what happened here, because like you're not playing as Point Man, you're playing as new guy here, and that was enough to make people kind of hate it.
As a matter of fact, Snake Eater was actually written as an apology for Metal Gear 2.
I can see that. I wasn't a Metal Gear guy, so that passed me by at the time.
Kojima got death threats over 2. And I don't condone death threats to anyone. That's just ridiculous.
I know, especially over a video game. That reminds me of when they killed off Chewbacca in the original EU. The writer got death threats. It's like, it wasn't his fault, it was George.
Spartan's right. Nobody understood Metal Gear until it was too late. And now that so much shit he predicted is coming true, people see it as an absolute, not as a game, but more of a documentary.
Okay, so here's one of those things where, like, since I'm not a fan of Metal Gear, I've not played Revengeance. I know that has Raiden in it. Is Raiden the guy's name, or is that a code name?
Code name.
Okay, so his name's not like Hank Raiden or something, you know?
No, his real name is Jack.
Okay, so when, like, Senator Armstrong, because I know who that is. No means no, Alma! I don't want to have your baby. I don't want to pay child support for the next 18 years. Of course, if he did that in Texas, you can actually get out of that, but...
Ironically, when Kojima did 4, he was upset that people didn't appreciate Raiden in 2. So he decided that he was going to make Raiden so badass in 4 that people were going to want to play as him in another game, and he was absolutely right. Which is why we got Revengeance.
Yeah, I should play that game at some point too, but it's just... I never really got...
If you're into hack and slash games like Devil May Cry or stuff like that, like, and it's not a stealth game. Like, you do not need stealth. You can just hack everything.
Huh.
It's actually a fairly short game too. Like, maybe 6 hours.
Okay. Also, some of the dialogue here. Alma wants some of Beckett's special pudding.
Oh, he needs to let off some steam.
It's like, but then again, isn't Beckett here gonna have to pay child support for a really long time? I'm just saying.
Oh no, ghost child support.
At least in Texas, it's a non-alimony state. Non-alimony state.
Remember the alimony.
See, like, whenever I think of the name Alma, for some reason I always think of, like, people of Hispanic descent, because the only people named Alma have always been, like, Latinas and such.
Every time I hear of Alma, I think of Martin Crackhorn, who wrote to his wife in Resident Evil.
Meh.
My dearest Alma. Shut up. No one's named Alma.
I have known Almas before, and they've all been, like, Hispanic. Like, all without fail.
I've never met an Alma, and if I ever met an Alma, I'll kick her right in her dirty pillows.
Oh my god.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, see, back in my adolescent days, there was actually a prawn actress who had, like, a tattoo literally on those pillows named Alma, but I forget what the last name was, though. That had to hurt, I would imagine. It's like, yeesh.
I have a tattoo on my chest.
Ouch.
And it hurts like...
Oh yeah, that reminds me. When I went to the range this past week, one of the range dudes showed me his latest tattoo, which is the pulse rifle. It's really, like, it looks really awesome, and it's got like "Let's rock" on it. It's like, hell yeah.
Does it have the digital LED ammo count?
I don't remember, but I would imagine that it had that. But I just thought it was really cool that the range dude had "Let's rock" on there.
I'd rock that. Absolutely.
The thing you gotta understand about Hughestown is this is a very nerdy city. Like, people are nerdy in this city, and I'm very happy about this. That's why we got all kinds.
Unfortunately, is a very hoity-toity, waspy town.
No.
Bunch of asshole elitist college kid liberals going, yes, I do believe I am better than you because my father owns this.
I mean, there are rich people in this city, but, like, they don't act like that, at least not from my experience.
That's my elitist impersonation, by the way.
I mean, it sounds right to me. Let's see. Yeah, I'm skeptical that Stargate will be good too, but I'm hoping it will be. I know that, like, Doctor Who, when I mentioned that, like, Doctor Who was really bad, even though they brought back the guy, like, I know the name of the guy because I've known Doctor Who fans in the past, and there was a guy that everybody liked. Oh, yeah, since this is, no, it's like a showrunner, like David. Maybe it was David Tennant. I don't know. I watched one episode of Doctor Who and thought it was terrible. So, and it wouldn't be a 2009 game without the XM9 rifle. This looks more or less like the XM9. They're supposed to replace the.
I wanted the XM9 to be a thing so bad.
It would have been neat. I mean, if it had been adopted, you could get them from PSA, I bet. Today, at least.
I remember they were in everything.
Yeah, because it was going to be the next best thing, man, and it got canceled.
Yep, because the M4 just did everything and better.
I mean, that's true. I mean, like, the AR is pretty good. I mean, I've got me an M4 I'll never shoot it because it's kind of boring, to be honest. It's boringly accurate, boringly reliable.
By the way, I have a question, but I have to ask it cryptically just because I don't know what your plan is for it.
All right.
Did you announce, or have you announced, or do you want to announce the A.A.R.?
I'm thinking we'll announce it next stream, because next week I'm going to post the playthrough of the game you're talking about.
Okay. Can I tease it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, chat. This is your teaser. Next week, we have a very special announcement where we are going to drop a bombshell in the upcoming weeks. And I can tell you now, many of you are going to love it. And it's aptly titled the A.A.R. And you will know what that means next week. So don't miss next week's stream because, boy, are we bringing the goods.
See, I know what it means. It means my wrist is going to hurt. It'd take me 6 months to edit that. Not 6 months exactly, you know, but like, it'd take a shit ton of time to edit.
Well,
But
hey, either way you do it, I'll be happy. Call back.
because it's gonna be a good one, but it's gonna take me forever to edit. I wanted to have it be like 20 minutes. It turned out way longer than that. And I gotta find clips. I gotta. Ugh.
Cyrus, what is my opinion? MGS5 was okay. I don't really have a big opinion on it. I thought the story was fine, but it's not my favorite story. And by the way, I don't care how much digoxin you give somebody after a 9-year coma, you're not getting up out of that bed. And Peace Walker was fantastic.
That's why I
Can't
thought you
believe
said.
they got out of that little handheld.
The PSP. I had one.
Okay, you saw The Walking Dead, yeah? The first season?
I watched a little bit of it. No, I'm not a fan or anything, but I know what you're talking about.
All right. I'm in a coma for 5 weeks. I lose all my muscle. I can't lift my hand or leg off the bed. I can't speak. Rick wakes up after a much longer coma, and after a few minutes, he's walking out the hospital. I don't think so.
See, that's why I thought you said you were in a coma for like 5 years. It's like, really? Only 5
No.
months?
5 weeks.
5 weeks? That's even worse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I went into hospital on Valentine's Day. I woke up on St. Patrick's Day.
It's like, that's all it takes to lose everything? 45 AARP. Hey, 45 is still valid. It's still relevant.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how fast your body starts eating its muscle once you're bedridden.
That's just wrong.
And it took me an entire year to be able to walk without the aid of like a cane or a wheelchair.
Did you have like a sword cane?
No, I had this stupid, boring, lame one that I hated.
No, you needed a cane and a top hat. You could be doing like all the dance moves.
I will tell you this much though, I wasn't the guy with the stupid tennis balls on the bottom of his walker.
Oh, that's so sad when you see people with that. Thankfully, it's again.
I said, ain't it?
Yeah. See, like, thankfully, my grandfather never had to have such a thing.
I had some woman scream at me in the grocery store because I was using a mobility scooter. She's all like, how dare you use that when there's people that need those, you piece of shit. And then my mom comes over with like the wheelchair, and like the look on her fucking face. Oh, that was good.
Yeah. See, once again though, like in Houston, like something like that would never happen. People just mind their own business.
Not some, and mostly women too. Women love to poke their nose in things they don't understand, and then when they realize, oh, I fucked up, they never apologize.
Yeah.
She certainly didn't apologize. She just turned and walked away.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything to her, Silver. Literally, right as she started screaming at me, my mom showed up with the wheelchair, and I was just like, there you go, lady.
Yeah, stuff like that doesn't really happen here. People just keep to themselves, thankfully. Well, I would just dare anybody to try that with any member of my family. Oh, man.
In hindsight, I should have been like, lady, just because I'm in a wheelchair doesn't mean I'm not carrying. So, you want to breathe better with some extra holes? Because I can help cure your stuffy nose.
Oh, my.
In
So
my
now we're fighting. We're giving some clone troopers some extra holes. So this is part of like the first game. In the first game, you were fighting a guy named Paxton Fettel, who is the brother of Point Man. And he was supposed to be a psychic commander for a bunch of clone troopers. As you might imagine, that's really dumb. And also, these clone troopers shouldn't even be alive right now, because if he dies, they all shut down. the implication after the fact is like maybe Alma is controlling him. So at the end of the day, don't stick your USB-D into crazy. I'm just saying, because this is a strange kind of foreplay that Alma's doing here.
You know, I noticed when you entered this area, I said to myself, boy, this looks like a boss arena.
It is. You gotta fight the clonies.
At least they're
Eliminate
not
that
saying
clone.
Roger, Roger.
That's a actually, the battle droids say that. The clones say, "For the Republic, for
That's
the
twice now,
Chancellor." Wait a second. God damn it.
That's twice now you actually me tonight.
Yep. They also say, "Watch those wrist rockets," and we didn't watch them because I'm a free spirit. So, like, these are replica soldiers, meaning that they are not actually soldiers. They just resemble one.
Cyrus, no. I've never owned a GBC, and I have played the original Metal Gear games when they released them on Subsistence. Never got too far in it though, because those are early Nintendo games with the arbitrary difficulty meter cranked up to 12.
Actually, they did not come out on Nintendo. They came out on the MSX personal computer system in Japan.
You know what I meant.
Actually, the MSX was designed by Japanese waifus to please men. Wait, no, that didn't happen.
I thought that's what Rob the Robot was for.
I think so, maybe. I mean, that's why he picks up and puts things down. Hey, did you ever know anybody with a Rob the Robot?
No. The ironically, growing up, the only peripherals I ever saw was the power pad, the power glove, and the actuator vest that was supposed to simulate like video game damage.
Okay, because like I never even knew the Rob the Robot was a thing until like the AVGN did his video on that.
Excuse me. Yeah, and it was only like compatible with like Gyromite and some other game.
I can't imagine too many people would have ever played that. It would have been like the rich kids, the privileged ones. And they would have played with it for about 5 minutes and then stopped using it because it was utter crap.
I went to school with this kid named Jake who had parents that just bought him every fucking system ever. Like, he was the only kid I know that had an honest-to-God Neo Geo.
Oh, man. See, like, if I were rich in the 90s, that's the one I'd want.
But I do remember playing, like the actuator was the dumbest thing I ever saw in my life. It was a vest with 2 speakers in it, and that was it. It literally was like, oh, you'll feel every kick and punch. No, you don't.
Yeah. And kids would be like, oh my god, we gotta get it. And the parents wouldn't, unless the parents understood like technology, they wouldn't know.
No. I remember when he had the, what was that? I can't think of the name of it. That stupid VR Nintendo thing where all the games were red.
Yeah, the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, that's it. Like, you played that for all of like 6 minutes and you had a migraine.
Back in the 90s, my grandparents rented me that system from Blockbuster, and you know what? It was every bit as shitty as it sounds. The end.
Now, I remember being a young kid going to my local Ross Park Mall shopping mall, and they had a store that was VR. And this is like 93, 94, when like the VR craze was like everywhere. And you had this massive helmet that you had to stick over your head. And you were on what looked like a glorified treadmill. And it was like $1 a minute to play VR. And it was primitive VR at that. But it was still cool as shit.
See, since you don't have to have glasses like I do, you could actually use that. If you gotta wear glasses, you're fucked. Because I've tried to use VR, like modern VR, and yeah, can't see shit unless I have like contacts in. Oh, so would psychic clone troopers be a GWAT thing? As in, would W do that? Maybe, maybe. And yeah, that would be painful if you played Mortal Kombat. If you could feel the blows, feel your spine get ripped out.
That's what we were trying to do. We were trying to see if it would actually feel like you were getting punched, but it doesn't. And it's not even synced to the action, it's synced to the music.
Well,
you end up feeling what's supposed to be a punch, but it's just the bass line.
it was one of those things. A lot of those little gadgets back then just really weren't that great. That's a video I could do one day. That's already been done to death, but it'd be kind of interesting. Like, I think about some of the gadgets I remember. Like, before the days of easy communication, they came out with some things to, like, communicate with people, like little wrist radios that never worked. But I think the silliest one of them all was you could literally set up this little zip line for a car. Like, you'd set up a zip line between two rooms, you'd like write a note on a piece of paper, attach it to this little car, and send it to somebody. It's the stupidest shit ever. That or talk about...
remember... Excuse me, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that, or like, there was a weird little line of toys, where you'd have like a monster truck that would turn into a literal monster and have like, you know, fangs and eyes and shit.
I remember those.
Yeah. I had like one.
Do you remember in magazines, like in the back of comics, they would have like a section of like gadgets you could buy, and there was always like invisible ink, or my favorite was the X-ray glasses.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
So, okay, let's pretend, for example, let's just pretend that they actually worked as they were intended, and you could really see women naked under their clothes. Don't you think they would notice when somebody's wearing glasses with that stupid googly spiral design on the lens?
You would think, but even then, they'd still be kind of worthless because, like, you wouldn't actually see any like flesh. You would only see like bones, and also
no, that's what I'm saying. Let's pretend they worked as intended.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, like that would be.
You wouldn't learn that, hey, googly glasses is looking at me naked, which is highly illegal.
Yes. Little Timmy is going to juvenile hall.
Actually, okay, I'm going to throw myself under the bus for the enjoyment of everybody. When I was a kid, I had the Sears catalog. And in the Sears catalog was a little lingerie section. And they're not models or anything, but granted, it is women in bra and underwear. And I had this idea, if I take my pencil eraser and erase the bra, would it work? And what I ended up doing was just making a blank spot on the paper where her boobs would be.
Well, you know, that is kind of creative, but people of a certain age will always remember the Sears catalog because, you know, before the internet...
Exactly. There was no internet back for us. It was that or scrambled television. Oh man, I think that was a boob. No, that's an elbow. God damn it.
Not the elbow.
Oh, but when you did catch the boob on scrambled TV and you tried to burn the image into your head,
You know, I've never actually seen those National Geographics where they have like the naked shirtless girls. So.
Oh. I tried. It didn't work.
It's for science.
Look, I've seen them, but you can't fap to somebody who's starving with their boobs out holding a wicker basket.
Yeah, that would be kind of depressing.
Exactly. Like, I think, like, only the most desperate person could fap to it, but even I was like, it's boobs, but I really feel too bad.
But the socioeconomic cost is just too high. I mean, it kind of is. Let's see.
I remember when we got our first computer and you sat there for 6 minutes on a 14 4K modem on dial-up, waiting for a picture to download, hoping it was something good. And it downloads, and it's not even a nude. It's like a side profile, and all you can see is a little bit of side boob. And you're like, God damn it. Wasted 6 minutes.
Yep, it's sad. It's what it is. Let's see. Yeah, I would say that F.E.A.R 1 is an Alpha Prime game. F.E.A.R 2, not so much, but F.E.A.R 2 is still a good time waster. Yeah, because the combat encounters were really fun in F.E.A.R 1. This is just more of an actionized, you know, console kind of game, and that's another reason why people hated it, because it was less deep. But I mean, it's still perfectly fun. I mean, we had high standards back in 2009. Like, we expected every game to be a masterpiece that would change gaming forever, and if it didn't, it's like, oh, this is garbage, man. It's terrible. Can you imagine hating Resident Evil 5? If people did it.
I hated Resident Evil 5 when it came out.
And now it's like, it's not so bad. You know?
Yeah, exactly. It grows on you. It's like wine. It gets better with age.
We'll see about streaming that Resident Evil modern one. I hope it's actually not terrible.
Which modern one?
There's one that's coming out, I think 26 or 27, I think.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one I tried to stream.
No. I'm talking about like just the latest Resident Evil.
Oh. Before I forget, I apologize. One more story about boobs as a kid, and I'm done, I promise.
Oh boy, we're gonna get canceled for this one.
When I was a kid, I had when I would stay at my grandparents for the summer, I had my own room with a CRT and a VCR, and I happened to have a VHS copy of RoboCop.
I know where this is going.
You know where this is going. A certain part of that movie and a certain part later in the movie got paused ad infinitum.
Yeah, those were the days.
Thank you, RoboCop.
That was just the gift. The gift just kept on giving.
Amen. The locker room scene and the nightclub scene were my two favorite scenes.
Yeah, they used to have a lot of cheesecake like that in movies from that time period. Even the early 2000s had the cheesecake like that. For example, Tomb Raider. They don't actually show any actual TNA, but you get that shower scene with Lara Croft, you know, Angelina Jolie. Now,
don't forget Demolition Man.
Yeah.
Random phone call, full screen nudity, yay. Hell, even Terminator had a banging scene.
Which is kind of awkward. There's a lot of memes for that now. The anatomy textbook. Oh my.
By the way, speaking of Terminator and Linda Hamilton, I saw this movie clip that was talking about, because I watch a lot of car shit on YouTube, and it was a clip from a movie I've never heard before, and the main actor was
oh, there it is.
oh my god, what was his name? But the point is that Linda Hamilton was in it as well, looking like she literally just came off the set of Terminator to be in this movie about this rocket-powered car.
Huh, I never heard of that.
Me either.
Uh-oh.
And I'm trying to think of who the main actor was, but I just can't remember his name. Oh, fucking Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah, a younger Tommy Lee Jones and a Linda Hamilton in this rocket-powered car. But it blew my mind because I swear to God, it literally looks like she was like, okay, I'm done filming Terminator now. I need to go do this movie.
Now, let me ask you a question. Let's say you're an evil corporation, okay? Do you waste billions of dollars on clone troopers, or do you instead market the power mech with energy shielding?
Well, the clone troopers are pointless because any soldier, and you market the power mech because you can take real soldiers with real battle experience to pilot them.
Exactly. See why this is
me
not
of the Death fight from the original Wolfenstein.
Yeah, it does have some similarities to that. And also like a failed RoboCop 2. I think I know what you're talking about. The one where like he's just a head in a jar.
Yes.
The only thing I didn't like about that was just he ended up shooting a female, which I didn't like. Why do they always have to shoot the hot ones? Now, like the reflex thing, and yes, that is a ripoff of a Weyland-Yutani logo. Notice that, I don't know if you can tell, I'll try to slow-mo it. That looks kind of like a Weyland-Yutani logo on his head, the Robo head.
Wasn't this was this a Gearbox game?
No, this is Monolith.
Why do I remember Randy Pitchford having something to do with this?
I don't know, because this is a WB and Monolith production, not a Gearbox. But see, like, this is still a perfectly fun game. Now, this is not, like, non-canonical where you've got, like, robots you gotta fight, because you do that in the first game.
Thank you, Silver. Thank you.
Black Moon Rising.
Ironically, the rocket car that they drive is a 4-cylinder little, essentially, go-kart that sounds like an F.E.A.R Phantom. And Tommy Lee's Dodge Daytona is a 6-cylinder that sounds like a V8 muscle car.
That's all they can afford.
Well, the Dodge Daytona was actually a fucking cool car back in the day.
All right, finally. Got the elevator working. I just never was a car guy. I guess for me, it's just like a car just is too much work.
It's okay. You remember when I told you the other day about how, like, I want to have you play a game that you would never ever play, and I'd play a game that you recommend that I'd never ever play?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having you play Gran Turismo at some point.
Ugh, racing. I guess I could. I could be a race. I mean, never mind. Can't say that.
So are you saying that if a guy named Ist challenged you to a race, would you racist?
Yes, I would. Wait, no! Oh!
Flip that.
Oh man, that reminds me of something. John Mulkey worked on the first F.E.A.R in this one and would go on to work at Gearbox. Battleborn. Is Battleborn the one with like the gorilla? But yeah, I'll find you. I know what game you can play. Rogue Squadron. I don't know how I could get you to play it because you don't have. You'd have to play it on a console and not a PC. We got to get you a PC set up at some point, so you can join the PC gaming master. I mean, never mind.
Mm-hmm. The Ubermensch of the PC genre world.
Yes.
I mean,
oh yeah. Talking about people getting canceled though, they're trying to cancel. I think John Carmack because recently, an ancient developer named Burger Becky died. I didn't know he, she, it was dying from like lung cancer or something like that. Whoa. That's actually a pretty cool cutscene there, but died of like lung cancer, I think. And so all these, old developers were saying, we remember how great he was and such. Well, this Burger Becky person was actually a person of unconventional gender, let's say. Well, if I'm remembering this right, John Carmack had a really good eulogy for he, she, it, whatever. And it was great. John Carmack even acknowledged the fact that this person transitioned, and everything. He's being dragged on Twitter because John Carmack, that is, referred to this Burger Becky person as a he at first, and then ended it in she when that person actually did transition there. So they're like, oh, you are evil and terrible, John Carmack. It's like, oh my God, Twitter, get a life.
I heard through the grapevine that Becky Burger's next of kin was Krabby Patty.
But the Burger Becky girl, it was actually a pretty big deal in the development space, just because this person basically took Doom and somehow crammed it on the 3DO in like 6 weeks. It's a really awesome story. But yeah, just they're excoriating thems are excoriating John Carmack for, and I'm quoting here, dead naming. It's like, what? How psychotic are these people? Dead naming.
The term dead naming. If you lived your entire life as General Lotz and then tomorrow you change your name to Hot Dog Tim, I'm not calling you Hot Dog Tim, I'm calling you General Lotz.
I expect to be called Sugar Magnolia. I demand it!
Sugar Magnolia?
That's from the Grateful Dead, I think.
Then I want to be Coffee Rumperdunkle.
Mr. Dumple. I'm actually planning on streaming Gears of War. I got that working with the Xbox 360 emulator. That game ain't bad.
More like War.
Gears of
Actually,
War.
to be honest, I have no beef with Gears of War, but I had a roommate who was obsessed with it, and his obsession made me just fucking hate it.
No.
And look, here's the thing. I don't hate the game. I hate the character design. Why do they all look like pimples that are about to explode if they were to get pricked?
Yeah, they are kind of meaty, that's for sure.
Yes, and it's obnoxious the way they're meaty.
They lift,
Even
bro.
the whippers.
Not only do they lift, but they also must juice every day of their lives. And while they might be big on the outside, their testicles very, very small.
Seriously, if you're that jacked and your girlfriend's that jacked, how do you fuck?
Very, very carefully.
Hit your penis in that crevice. It's just impossible. Unless your penis lifts too.
I don't know, it might. It wouldn't be that big, though, because of all the juicing, you know? They no longer produce testosterone. Remember the King of the Hill episode? It's like... because Peggy overdoses him on,
Oh, yeah, with, Fuck, he was giving her testosterone.
yeah, All the
And he went through
YouTubers,
puberty a second time.
all the YouTubers keep hawking the testosterone supplements. It's like, that is not a way to sell a product. It's like, your testosterone is low. Buy this product. It's like, hey, fuck you. You don't know if my testosterone is low or not. Maybe your T's low.
I really agree, and I hate when I see a YouTuber I like do an ad for like some supplement, and then they cut to like a clip of Joe Rogan talking about it. It's like, no.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, but going back to Gears of War, you know, the character design is silly, but like the combat's good. The story isn't bad. And like one of the characters, Coltrane, is a really cool character. I like him a lot. There's a really emotional scene in Gears of War 3 where like he starts having a flashback to his like he was a football player who got drafted. And so they go to like the football field where he like scored a touchdown or something, and like he starts like having a flashback to that while also fighting like the grubs. That's really effective.
I think one of my biggest beefs with it is that they're called cogs.
Yeah, it's a bit on the nose, I will admit. You gotta, here's the scary part. I think that's like an anti-Bush thing because it came out in 2006, and so it's probably like a take on like, you know, GWAT. At least that's the vibe I get from it.
Well, for me, cog means something totally different, like continuity of government.
Yeah.
And like, but in terms of Gears of War, and you're going to be called the cogs. Yeah, like you said, it's so on the nose. It's like it was like the precursor for millennial writing.
It wasn't that bad though. It's like
No. I'm saying it was the precursor. Like that's when we started to see millennial writing start to like take a hold.
it's like
It wasn't the 2000s, but it's terrible now.
yeah. It's thing is like it was on the nose, but you know you kind of had to read through the subtext to see it. So like Gears of War, like the backstory before like the main villain shows up, is they were having a giant war for space oil. And like
I love it
because it's like I can't remember this now, but like it was like space oil, right? And then like these the grubs invade. They're like these like bug humans, the bugmen, and so it's all kinds of stuff like that. So you can tell the subtext, but it's still subtext.
Cyrus, I played The Last of Us, and you go to Pittsburgh in the game, and even with the fall of man, Pittsburgh doesn't look that much different. Still
Emulsion,
dirty.
yeah, that's what it is. Let's see. So the infantry were called Gears. COG was the government, Coalition of Ordered Governments. That's kind of clever. Relatable setting. I think that would have to be Knights of the Old Republic, because man, I love that game. Software engineer Bill Heineman. Yep, that's the one. But Emulsion is what that was called.
But Doc,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Gears was written by millennials.
Oh,
I'm
come
saying that
on.
when that game came out, that's when millennial writing started. Like the mid 2000s is when like a lot of the millennials started getting jobs in tech and whatnot. But it really didn't start to be a thing until like the 2010s.
Yeah, 2016, I think, something like that. It really got kicked into high gear with the election of the Cheeto Chief Man. The Cheeto Chieftain. We're going to call him the Cheeto Chieftain from now on.
I like Cheeto Chiefman.
I mean, he's kept the gas down, so I'm very appreciative of that.
I remember like what was that game with that black woman of color where she's like a thief and she gets taken to a new dimension and she's all like, so that's a thing.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called. I would have never played that game even if you paid me.
That game is like, that's like millennial writing core.
I think there was that one, and then there's Dustborn.
Oh, yes, Dustborn, and I'd even throw in some of the Borderlands games too.
You know, I didn't like Borderlands. I enjoyed Borderlands 2. But my god, the rest of them are just so insufferable.
I didn't give a shit about it. You gotta kill Claptrap that never shuts the fuck up. And he literally spouts the worst of like millennial writing, like we're sneaking, so he's gonna roll around saying sneaking, sneaking, sneaking. Shut up. Shut up.
The thing about Claptrap is I kind of understand why he exists. He exists to be annoying.
Yes, which is why Jack Black portrayed him in the movie.
Ah, poor Jack. Hollywood Jack used to be great.
You know, I used to like him until he did. Well, it really was. He didn't say it, but his brother Kyle did, and you know what I'm talking about on that stupid concert in Australia, which ironically got them deported from Australia.
That's one of those things. They needed to keep the mouth shut. That's the sad part about like social media is people don't know how to keep the mouth shut on there. All right, we're gonna blow up RoboCop 4. We're turning them off. See, Armacam, just make those. It's like if Apple decided to, you know, not make phones and instead decided to make like dietary supplements.
Oh, Christ. The eye diet.
You know, that could have happened, I bet, in some weird timeline. Yeah, I remember that song. See, that was a good robot design. Man, we did not know how good we had it back then.
Oh yeah, we are the immigrants. We are the refugees. Shut up. Shut up.
Actual refugees don't talk like that anyway.
No. If I was one of those guards listening to that garbage, I would have smacked them on principle.
Anybody
and then the
would.
rest of them.
Oh crap! Hey, can we like attack? Can we like? No, we can't. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead.
Oh, hi.
All right. Well, let's see. We are at 2 hours 7 minutes. We're gonna start calling it a day. Hey, I'm actually centered in the computer monitor for once. It's like the one time this actually has happened. Let's see. The game was financed by Norwegian tax dollars. Yep, I've seen videos on that. All right. So next week we'll talk about that A.A.R. Next week we're gonna be playing Cultic, which is basically kind of like Dusk 2 almost, although it's better than Dusk in some respects. So I'm General Lotz.
And I am Triple X Medic.
And we'll catch you next week.
Subscribe or die!